Good morning, Facebook people and everybody watching the internet. This is Blind Justice on the streets of Aberdeen, Washington. We are currently walking down Broadway, heading our way to the City Hall for our peaceful protest, day 8. We'll give you an update on day 8 when we get there, but if we can get my camera person to look at this grass and the easement here between the sidewalk and the road here at Broadway. So, my 10-year-old, who's operating the camera right now, had a great point yesterday when we were walking back to the house, that property owners, like the people that live here and up the road and across the street, right, already take care of public property. And this is an easement or right-of-way between the sidewalk and the road, right? So it's public property, it's city property that people can walk in and sit down in if they want, right? And yet the private property adjacent to it, like the homes or businesses, like they take responsibility to maintain it. So the city doesn't have to maintain it, right? So that's part of private property owners already taking care of public property for the community, right? For the betterment of the community and the public. So the analogy is, and we can go as we talk while we walk, the analogy then is that the public sidewalks downtown, which is the right-of-way, the easement, if you will, directly adjacent to the private property of the local businesses downtown, could be run the same way or handled the same way, right? The business owners, the private property owners downtown can, and some of them do, choose to take that responsibility to clean up the area around their business, right? To wash sidewalks or make sure, we'll stop here, intersection, just to make sure the area is nice and kept up, including having conversations with people that may be sitting in that space and asking them if they can move down to a space that's not adjacent to their property, right? Just like if somebody was to sit in the easement here or the right-of-way here in front of your house, you have the right to go out and have a conversation, right? Freedom of speech, and say, hey, can I ask you why you're sitting out here? And can I ask you to move somewhere else, like across the street or at a bench or at a park? Or can I help you? Do you need assistance, right? Just a common courtesy as a human to see what's going on, see if you can help somebody out, right? So the business owners downtown can do that. Some of them do that, right? But to try to force legislation and ordinances to mandate that the city and taxpayer dollars go to paying for the police to do it, to be the security, instead of hiring your private security, if that's the issue, is security of your private property, then it's the same thing with whether it's residential or business. Like, the property owner has the responsibility to protect and secure their possessions, right? So you can have cameras, surveillance on your house, you can have them on your business, you can hire security, right? But expecting that the city is going to do it for you is shirking your responsibility or passing that responsibility, that personal responsibility for your personal property onto the government, onto the local officials, which is why Eric Larson's in a bind, right? Because some of the council people own businesses downtown, and it seems like they're trying to, instead of paying and hiring for their own security or their own, taking the responsibility for their own personal property, private property downtown, they're passing it off to the city to do it. So it's a great analogy that my 10-year-old pointed out with the right-of-way, the easement, and public property. So yeah, just wanted to share that thought, and now we're gonna head to City Hall, so we'll hopefully see somebody there and hang out and have a conversation. No, we're